Okay, so if you're holding the CRO token and you've been hopeful for crypto.com and the future of that token, you might be excited to see there is another announcement from the CEO of crypto.com that I want to talk about in detail today because we haven't heard from the CEO of crypto.com, Chris Marsliak, for a long time. It's been quite a while. The last we heard from him was really this partnership regarding some of the new partners they have for their prediction markets, which is great. But we haven't really had him addressing anything regarding October and the sort of troublesome failure that was the crypto market in October. And I say failure because here we go. He says from initial rallies to sudden reversals, this October was anything but ordinary. We call it October, yet it was a red October. Keep in mind, guys, Bitcoin went down in October, right? Here I am. I'm actually currently in a trade. I am shorting Bitcoin currently because I do believe that there is potential for lower prices for Bitcoin, and I'm hedging. I am hedging my holding positions by playing to the downside as well, right? I mean, regardless if we're in a bull market or a bear market, you can trade to both sides of the thing. So I'm doing so over on Blowfin, and if you guys want to take advantage of the volatility, you can sign up for Blowfin using the link in the description down below, also pinned in the comment section for you, and there are deposit bonuses there for you. Let's talk a little bit about Chris's take on October, which is interesting because he's still calling it October, though it was like Redtober, right? It was a red October. Bitcoin went down, just for reference, about 3% in October. So here's what Chris came out and said today. From initial rallies to sudden reversals, this October is anything but ordinary. Here's what Crypto.com did to continue to build to help their users come up tops. There you go. IPO, early bird, and trend watch. So now users can lock their IPO orders up to 3 weeks before public trading begins. And so IPOs, stocks over on crypto.com, continuing to have more progress and updates for that. The sports and prediction markets that they're doing, more than just trading on who wins now, including spreads and all these other things that they're doing, just continuing to advance more tools and resources that customers can use outside of just crypto, stocks, sports predictions. And they're just continuing to build and get staking baskets, different staking baskets, more trading tools, and improving things like, their home page, just trying to make the user interface a little bit more friendly. He's talking about how on the business side of things, they're doing things with the partnerships with True Social for prediction markets, for social media platforms, and they even are proud of their national bank charter, National Trust Bank charter application with the OCC. So they're celebrating a lot of the very good things that they've got going on. Here you go, a nice graphic to go along with all these exciting announcements from the CEO of Crypto.com. But we've really been waiting. I think I've been waiting to hear Chris's take on the market, because what we've seen from the CEO of Crypto.com is a lot of bullish talk saying how 2025 would be a spectacular year for crypto.com. And we did have a nice pump, right? When the president's media group partnered up with crypto.com and we see that there's $5 billion allocated to purchase CRO. That's a big deal. Again, remember that is a big deal because if you currently look at the market cap of Kronos, the whole market cap of Kronos is $4.6 billion. There's still $5 billion set aside from the president's media group to buy more CRO. That's a 2x if you just see all that spent on CRO, as long as there's no sellers, which, if we're going into a bear market, maybe there will be, but maybe they're not going to be deploying that $5 billion yet. Maybe they're going to wait for the bottom of the bear market to do so. We have no idea when they're going to deploy that capital. But what I was hoping to see from the CEO of crypto.com here was him addressing, what happened in October besides some of the updates that they had. What are Chris's thoughts on the broader crypto market going into 2026? It's a very interesting thing because a lot of crypto executives right now still remain quite bullish, which is very interesting. And I say that's very interesting because here is the price of CRO. And here you've got the CRO price still kind of falling down week after week after week. Yes, we had the nice rally to 37 cents earlier, but it keeps falling down. Bitcoin's now down to 103. Again, I'm taking advantage of this volatility. If we are going to have bullish continuation, well, I'm in a short right now. I'm prepared for that. And if you guys want to do trading, you got to do your own research, guys. You got to pick your own trades, find levels of support and resistance. And if you want to trade on those, these are some platforms we use. They're in the description down below. But I'd like to see Chris kind of address this price action we see for Bitcoin, for the crypto industry as a whole, and talk about, on his end, what is his thoughts on four-year cycles? Do they exist? Are they dead? And I'm curious to see if he's right or wrong on that, because my thought is, Bitcoin's down 17%. It seems like he's just kind of ignoring that right now, which I get because it's not really ideal for his business and it's not really going to make people want to sign up for the exchange. But to kind of get an idea of what's going on right now, I think it's important to kind of just be speaking publicly about it. If I could give CZ one thing, he's very clear about, that he's still bullish, and he keeps coming out and saying how bullish he is. Though I admittedly don't really love that thought either, because what I've seen historically, just as a random bald guy on the internet who's been invested in cryptocurrency since 2016, in every bull market, what I've seen is the same pattern over and over again. From the low to the high, it lasts about 1,070 days. Technically, time is out for this bull market. We could be going into a bear market. If that's the case, I like to see the crypto.com is building and that the CEO is coming out with these awesome announcements, which is fantastic. But I would also like to see him kind of address the broader market, because during some of his AMA sessions where he did some of these, ask me anything Q&As with people from crypto.com, with market participants that use crypto.com, he was very, very bullish and saying that basically maybe this whole presidency could be bullish. But at this point, Crow coin only got to 37 cents. It couldn't even get to $1, which was shocking, I think, for a lot of us. And if we didn't see a just general altcoin season, that was a big disappointment for the entirety of this crypto space. And it's really shocking because of all the progress that crypto.com and the crypto industry's made, that we haven't seen these beautiful moves yet. So, am I crazy for shorting Bitcoin right now? Am I crazy? Right now, Blacksea is also shorting CRO token. Not to say that, we're bearish on Bitcoin or bearish on CRO for the long term, but protecting ourselves from the bear market lows, right? I mean, I can't buy a coin and profit on it. If I just buy it spot and it goes down, I can't make money on it, right? But if I short a coin, it goes down, I can make money on it, right? Even if I'm bullish on that coin for the long term, if it's going into a bearish trend, right, but I don't want to sell my tokens hypothetically, well, then I can trade to the downside, right? And that's just the way that I'm playing this market. I'll trade to the long side as well if I think that a bounce is coming. And this is just kind of the way that I'm going to continue to play the market. I want to give you guys that update from what I saw from Chris, the CEO of crypto.com today, give you the thoughts just generally on this market as I see it. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give financial advice, my friends. Continue to do your own research. DCA, HODL, my friends. Dig into this stuff for yourselves. We'll keep the content coming. I got 2 videos for you right here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.